Oh yeah. Disregard my washer back there running, because obviously this is my parts room and everything, but we are clicking away left and right on everything, and I even took on way more than I thought, way more than I probably should have. These two are going to be very, very close to being done. This is going to have to probably be Monday, so that might float in, but that's only half a day. So let's roll the footage from today. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Send Steve. Obviously, we've got the driveway a little bit rearranged right now. I'm going to go ahead and roll some footage from today. Well, from a couple days now. It's actually been like the last 3 or 4 days. I'm going to roll that footage and I'm going to pick right back up and talk to you guys a little bit. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Send Steve. Obviously, we've got the F450. We got the Bruce over here, which, if you guys don't know, is my lifted Honda Civic. We haven't really done much with the Bruce project over here lately because mud bogs have been canceled all over. So we haven't really had any mud bogs or anything. That thing's way too big to take on trails and things like that. So haven't really done anything with that. We've got the Avalanche up here. We've got the Project Tahoe. We've got a bunch of projects, as you can see, going down the line. But we also have our F350 here, 6.0 Power Stroke, which I am loving. Video coming out on that very, very soon, so stay tuned on that. I do believe we are lifting it. Well, there's your hint. We are actually lifting it. But today is going to be about this 2005 Honda CR-V, which is actually my neighbor's. So long story short, they messaged me and said, hey, you know, the car won't rev over, I believe it was like 1,500 RPMs or something like that. So I said, that's fine. I'll get a look at it. I should be able to look at it Tuesday. This is now Thursday. So got a little backed up, but we are actually, you know, knocking this stuff away now. So long story short, I ended up borrowing a scanner from my buddy and saying, hey, can I borrow your scanner for the day? Absolutely fine with it. As long as he needs it, we're good to go. So I get in here and, oh, that's right. I got it all cleared. Hold on. Let me kind of backtrack, because I already fixed the car, but I didn't want to just make a video and it kind of be like willy-nilly. I wanted to actually have a direction to tell you guys where we went. So let me actually, you know, cause the issue again real quick and I'll be right back. So obviously the car is already fixed here, so this is the only code that's going to come up. This also threw a low voltage code. It also threw I believe it was a idle air control valve code and accelerator position sensor code. Sorry, don't quote me on that. I don't remember what all the codes were that were in here, but I obviously knew that it led to a wire being somewhere, because you go in here and this is how you know it's going to be a hard fault code, meaning it is a wire that is broken or a fuse blown or something along those lines. If you go in here and you actually clear the code, it'll come back up to where the code is actually still present. As in this case here, you can tell with the code clear, it actually comes back up with that TAC code, TAC, which is throttle actuator control module. So you can see there, it comes back up with a hard fault. Then when you would drive the car, give me 1 second here, I'll kind of give you guys a little drivability, but you can see, like, if I push down on the accelerator, it wasn't revving past, you know, 2,500, and that is a dead stop. You can see my foot is actually down all the way to the ground, and it's, you know, it's not revving up. Driving this thing was near impossible, guys. I tried to drive this thing last night to see if I could get it to, you know, if it was all the gears or just one gear, and it was insane. I got to the point that once it actually heated up, I couldn't move this thing. Like, I struggled to come up one of the hills in the area here. I actually had to back down the hill and come around the whole way around to like a flat location to come in and then down my hills. So I went ahead and I, you know, pinned some wires out, and I've ended up finding out that there was a wire from the engine bay to the computer, the ECM, that was actually, you know, it had to have been open, it had to be missing. So as soon as I pop this panel down, that is all the revenants that come down. So you can see there was obviously, again, just much like the F450's issue the other day, obviously there had to have been some kind of creature that was under there and, you know, just chewing away. So when I popped that down, I knew what we were going to find right away, especially having the issue with the F450 yesterday. And I went under there, and I can't show you guys, it's literally like up halfway in the dash. I had to pull all of this out. I'm not going to tear it all back apart. So I had to pull all of this out to actually repair the wire to the the ECM, and I mean, we're good to go now. So the other thing, the only way I was able to duplicate this was, the main reason I found was there was actually a blown fuse up here. So when I got up here, I obviously, now I know the location of it, but because the mouse actually chewed the wire, it ended up popping a fuse. So there was a fuse up here. I'm gonna swap out with another one real quick. All right, not sure if you guys can see that there, but it is a blown fuse. Now this is a second fuse because obviously I thought I was gonna get lucky. I thought I was gonna be able to just toss a fuse back in this thing and fix it. However, with that wire touching, it was actually laying upon another wire in there. So once it touched that, it just popped the fuse right away. So at that point, I knew there was a bare wire somewhere and I had to continue chasing the problem. So with this plugged in here, we'll put all this back together. I'll take you guys for a road test and show you that we have got this thing resolved, and cheaper than the dealer would have done it. So luckily for me, I can recoup my wages by making a video about it. That's the nice thing about YouTube, I've got to admit. If I make a video about it, oh, let me go ahead and put his kick panel back up here. Give me 1 second. All right, you can see our TAC module code is still in here. So now we can actually clear it now that I put the fuse back in. And the only reason I knew that I could do that fuse is because obviously it kept blowing that fuse once why that wire was still bare. So I knew that right away I could actually go in here. I think honestly I tried 3 different fuses and it popped all 3 of them. So I knew right away that if I just pulled that fuse, it would actually, you know, cause this problem again. So now you can go in, it shall say no codes present, no codes displayed. You can go into temporary codes, no codes displayed. And let's take this thing for a quick drive, make sure everything's good. All right, as you can see, we got full range of RPM here. We are good to go in that aspect. This thing's ready to go, and I can, like I said, I can do it for the customer cheap. So it is what it is, guys. Luckily, I was able to find everything and get it resolved for them, and they now got their extra vehicle back. All right, guys, I'll pick back up back at the house. Oh yeah. Alrighty, boys and girls. Well, I finally have some time here before it gets too dark to get the Avalanche tossed back together, and it definitely sucks. If you don't know, we did end up breaking a couple bolts here on the manifold, which I already knocked that one out there. So that was the actual like Y pipe one. There's another one here. That one's now out, so what we'll do is we'll just through bolt that. That's not a big deal. And then on the other side over here, if you guys don't know, we ended up breaking a back lower bolt. See it right there? Not sure how well you guys can see it, but there is a bolt broke off there. There's also a stud broken in the front here. So we're gonna go ahead and pull all this apart. We're gonna fix every little nick and cranny for this thing, because ideally we wanna get this thing sold, and we want it to be, you know, as close to 100% as possible. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and rip this manifold off of here, and we're gonna try to get that stud drilled out, or not drilled, but we're gonna weld it out. And then the one on the bottom, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and get that one out too. So without further ado, let's just get it done. Alrighty, so as you can tell here, this stud here actually has a, you know, basically stud still here. So we'll be able to get this one out. It is the back one that's right here that is actually tucked up away inside of the actual head. So that one there, we're gonna have to obviously clean up as best we can, try to get a good set of weld on there so we can actually penetrate into the actual stud itself, and then we'll just be able to do the same thing we're gonna do with this one, vice grip it out. So fingers crossed that it doesn't take a whole bunch of time, but if it does, it is what it is. We just got to get it done and taken care of at this point. new spark plugs in. I did have a wire laying around, so I didn't order wires because I don't really think this truck needs them. It looks like when I bought this thing that they were actually newer. It just turns out that obviously they look muddy now from going off-roading. But new spark plugs in, ready to start the other side. I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed I didn't have the dipstick in. Dipstick's in. Now we can start the other side. Ugh, always something. Another one down. It is freaking hot. All right, one more. Alrighty, so the back one is now out. We got the front one all out. We are ready to put this thing back together. And also, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it because it's obviously laid out here and dark. But what I went ahead and did, see if I can get a good light here for you, is I notched it. Can you see it there? I notched it so then I can through bolt it, and when it goes into the other flange, I'll end up just putting a big washer on this side here and it'll catch and actually tighten up. So that was the easiest way to do it. That bolt there would not come out no matter what I tried. I tried heating it, I tried just about everything and could not get it out. So that's kind of the only way I could do it. You can see I just kind of cut a V in it and knocked out the bolt. So let's get this thing back together. I'm ready to drive her again. Disregard my washer back there running. Listen to that. Well, copyright. Listen to that thing purr. No exhaust leaks or anything. That's freaking nice. No engine lights, no warnings. And I've been driving this thing for about a day now. So let's go out here on the open road, show you guys that everything is fine and dandy. Yes, I do got to add some washer fluid, but we're good to go. The only thing I do want to do yet is change the oil in this thing, but we'll get that taken care of. We're in no rush for that. All right, second gear. Third gear. And overdrive. So we are back, boys and girls. Huge shout out again to Andy, Diablo Formula Racing, for the killer transmission rebuild. I freaking love this thing. You can actually feel that the shifts are firmer. I freaking love this thing, and I am freaking pumped to have it back. Gonna do some more pulls here, a little more acceleration this time. Bam, bam. Oh yes, it's nice to be back, baby. I freaking love this thing. Oh, so nice to be able to just drive down the highway. I love you, Andy. Alrighty, boys and girls, well, that is going to go ahead and conclude our video for the day. As you can tell, we did not accomplish the lift kit on the Tahoe yet, but we're gonna go ahead and roll that into next week. The other thing was the scrap. We weren't able to actually make a scrap run, but I'm gonna do the Tahoe lift probably Sunday and Monday, so look for that video coming out very, very soon. Then we're gonna do the scrap run probably Tuesday once we get the Tahoe everything done, because obviously I just want my house to be clean. But there you guys have it again. I hope that you guys enjoy the content. I'm trying to bring out some better content, not just upload every single day. I'm trying to actually start something, finish it all in the same video, and just make the best content that I can. So again, guys, if you do like the content, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and we got to swap the wheels yet too. That's the only other thing we got to do. We got to put the Avengers back on here, because obviously we are going to sell it with the Anthem Avengers that are on here, and we've got to get this one off and the new one on. That one's got to go to get replaced, and long story short, you'll probably see that later in the week. But there you guys have it again. Take care, have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next upload. You'll probably see it tomorrow. Not sure what day you'll see, but you'll see another upload tomorrow, Sunday or Sunday. Take care, guys. Have a great night.